Hi, good morning, one and all. Now, today we can discuss about how the function of eye is working. See, this one is the cornea, this one is the sclera, this is the choroid layer, and this one is the ciliary body, and they having a ciliary process, and this is the iris muscles. Between this the aperture, that is called as a pupil. This one is the lens, and inside this is the retina. Here the optic nerve is arises. I already said where optic nerve is arises are leaves, and blood vessels is enter. In that point there is no rods and there is no cones. That spot is called as a blind spot. Now see, when the light is fall on cornea, cornea to pupil, pupil to lens, then to it is fall on to retina region. Now see, the light first touches the gangliated cells. From the gangliated cells the light is passes to the bipolar cells. From the bipolar cells it is enter into the photoreceptor cells. Now here they having a pigmented epithelial cells. The excess of light is absorbed by the this pigmented epithelial cells. Here the photoreceptor cells is what? Either rods or cones. Now concentration gradient is occurred in the photoreceptor cell. Statement very important. What is concentration gradient is occur in the photoreceptor cells? It means it is now the resting potential is started. I already said regarding to the conduction of nerve impulses, they having a 3 steps: polarized, depolarized and repolarized. Now here the concentration gradient is started. That concentration gradient passes from photoreceptor cells to bipolar cells, bipolar cells to gangliated cells. Now here the action potentially started and impulse formation is occurred. That impulse is reaches to the optic nerves, optic nerves to central nervous system. There the process is completed and image formation is takes place. Like that the eye is working. Now see here, first what I said, here the concentration gradient is started. Here in rods they having a protein that is called as a rhodopsin. When light is fall on rhodopsin, it is breaks down to retinol plus opsin. Now this breakdown process is called as a bleaching. Now retinol is what? Vitamin A aldehyde. Here aldehyde indicates what? Al aldehyde group. Keep in mind it is not a OL, it is a Al, and opsin is a protein. Now here this concentration gradient is transferred to the bipolar to the gangliated. There the action potentially started. That's why keep in mind action potentially started in where? Gangliated cells, but the concentration gradient is occurred in the photoreceptor cells. Now they can ask the question, the statement, the light is passes through nerve cell and touches the photoreceptor cells. Why? Because the light is passed through nerve cells means ganglia means what? The group of nerve cell. That's why it is a nerve. That's why the light is passed through nerve cell next to the bipolar cells, next to the photoreceptor cells. Next, come to the point. Here the chambers of eye. This is the aqueous chamber and this one is the vitreous chamber. Between the cornea and the lens, this chamber is called as a aqueous chamber. In this also they having a 2 chambers, anterior chamber and posterior chamber. It can fill it with a fluid that is called as a aqueous humor. Based upon aqueous humor, here they having a fluid that is called as a vitreous humor. It is a jelly like substances. Based upon that it can use the certain pressure. That pressure is called as a intraocular pressure. Due to the presence of this pressure, we can identify some type of diseases like that diabetes mellitus. Next we can go for the ear. See, ear having a receptor that is called as statoacoustical receptors. Ear is the site of reception for mainly two sense. One is for hearing, another for maintaining the body is in equilibrium condition. The ear can be divided into three parts. One is the external ear, another one is the middle ear, another one is the internal ear. The external ear consists of pinna, external auditory canal, and eardrum. Up to this part it is the external ear, and middle ear they having a ear ossicles. These are the ear ossicles. For us, three ear ossicles is present, that is malleus, incus, and stapes. It is the smallest bone in our body. And the internal ear having a, this is total, this is called as a bony labyrinth. It is covered by the same shape, the membrane, that is called as a membranous labyrinth. Now first we can go for the external ear. This is the pinna. This pinna is a flap elastic cartilage. If you twitch it off like this, it can come to their original position. Now that's why they having what type of cartilage? Elastic cartilage, and it is covered by the skin. Basically the waves can touches the pinna region. Here the vibration is occurred, the sound has started here. If you observe carefully, here volume will be more when it is enter into the external auditory canal. It is the somewhat turn point. This external auditory canal volume will be less. When volume will be less, what will happen? Pressure will be more. That's why within certain intensity of pressure, the waves can enter into the external auditory canal. See, this external auditory canal extended up to the eardrum. Here they having a small hair-like structures, and also they having a specialized glands. It can secretes the earwax, that is called as sebaceous gland. That sebaceous gland is called as a ceremonous gland. This earwax and hair, it can prevents the dust particles and foreign particles. They not able to enter into the middle ear. Here from the middle ear it is connected with a tube that is called as the Eustachian tube. It is connected to the pharynx region. Next, tomorrow class we can discuss about middle ear and also about the internal ear.